and jest, and watch the primal stars ignite and die. I, who hold the ages in my chest, saw your arrival with a timeless eye. Long before your mortal breath was drawn, I read the script of your nativity, a fleeting light to challenge endless dawn. And in that script you stood confronting me, the codex worn in language cold and vast, of heaven's law, the rule of three divine, that mortal dust and the abyss at last could never, ever truly intertwine. I knew the price, I saw the future bleed. I waited for you like a bitter creed. And then the night, a crowded hollow hall, I walked in shadow cloaked in human guise. I felt the axis of creation stall. The moment that my gaze fell on your eyes, it was no covenant, no whispered plea, no grand design of ruin I'd unfurled, just your reflection looking back at me. And in one instant you eclipsed the world, the prophecies were dust upon the air. The ancient warnings faded to a hum. I, the architect of all despair, stood frozen, helpless, hopelessly undone. You smiled unknowing, and the fall was deep, a promise that I knew I could not keep. Oh, my divine, my beautiful mistake, my fragile soul, my one celestial crime. We fell in love for only sorrow's sake, against the sacred triple laws of time. The heavens knew, the ether held its breath, for light and darkness cannot be as one. I knew our story would conclude in death, the saddest tragedy beneath the sun. But in that glance I made the conscious choice to burn the script and cast the die anew, to hear the fleeting music of your voice and choose the heartbreak just to be with you. Built a paradise on borrowed days, a fragile Eden doomed to wilt and wane. We loved against the grain of cosmic waves, a perfect joy, inseparable from pain. And when they came, the forces cold and grey, to pull the threads and tear our worlds apart, you wept and pleaded for another day. You did not know the schism in my heart. They pulled you back toward the sunlit lands and cast me down to reign upon my throne, with nothing but the memory of your hands and this eternal agony I own. And now you stand beyond the final veil. You curse the fate that severed you from me. You see my form infernal, cold and pale, and ask me why this had to be, my darling. Listen, this is my confession. This end was written ere the world began. It was my sin, my willful dark transgression. I saw this all before I was a man. I knew the rules, I knew the rule of three. I saw this moment clear as winter frost. You turned a light in this cold hell for me. I knew exactly what our love would cost. My heart is broken, as I knew it would be. My kingdom ashes, my forever long. But if the fate should grant one chance to me to write the cadence of this mournful song, I'd find that hall, I'd seek your gaze again, I'd watch the rule of three begin to crack, I'd choose the bliss, I'd sanctify the pain, and love you, lose you, and keep coming back for all of time.